Here where it is grey. We were just saying, oh no, we need to do some washing, but it's very still and very grey. So I doubt that it's going to be a good day for washing. But there we go. Welcome to Monday, the 3rd of March. So many juicy, juicy things are happening in March, ladies and gents. We have got a massive month. All right, so the biggest news is Venus is now retrograde in Aries. All right, she went retrograde yesterday morning at 11:36, and I did a reading yesterday, and it was just, you know what? It just epitomized what women are going to be going through. We've just watched. Good morning, Julie. We've just watched our men folk go through their retrograde cycle in Cancer. Good morning, Alicia. So, we're all very retrograde ready, all right? We're all very aware of the things that we're going to be going through because Venus is in Mars's sign. So, all of those lessons that Mars just became aware of, Venus is, she's wearing that coat. Mars did a retrospective. Good morning, Dommy. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Kath. How is everyone? So yeah, Venus, standing there. Here she is. Here she is. Venus in Aries. All right. Now, so Venus is standing in Mars's cloak. All right. So she's very aware of the topics that Mars had to deal with from his childhood or from his ancestry back there. Those things, the emotional things that Mars was made aware of. Okay. Now, in the sky, Mars is also square Chiron. So he's on a healing journey. He's absolutely up for it, might not be comfortable with it, but he knows what he needs to be doing. It's very obvious. So now Venus, with that awareness, is has turned within to look at herself as well. All right. So I love this back to back to back because Mercury is also going to join the party with her later on. I love it. I do. I really, really like it because we're already in that space, all right, where it's already on our plate and we're very aware of what needs to happen. All right. So now I had a little bit of an analogy, so with Venus in Aries, right? She doesn't make any aspects at all until like the 10th or something like that. When, oh, what is it? I can't even see any on my board. I just know that she is in her retrograde for quite some time before she actually makes any uh big aspects like, conjunction, sex, like any of the big five: conjunction, sextile, trine, opposition, and oh my God, I'm brain dead right now. Anyway, you know what I mean. And I think the first one she makes is actually to Lilith. Good morning, Anne Marie, as I say the words Lilith. Hey? So, right now, for those first 10 days, Venus in Aries is doing a solo journey. All right. This isn't about all of the connections she's making. She is going to influence the moon when it goes into Taurus and Libra, but she's just really not making that much. She is going solo and silent. All right. This is a quiet introspective for you. So if you are really starting to, yeah, that's right. Sorry, yeah. The ninth, she starts in opposition to Lilith. All right, and then like even that, this solo quiet introspection in this really powerful place, and then she starts to sort of talk with Lilith, which is that loud, proud, outspoken, you can't stop me vibe, in Libra, in um, Venus's sign. So, you might, in this introspection, start to feel anger coming up, because Venus is looking at those aspects from her childhood, Mars in Cancer. There might be some wrongs that you need to right in your own life. There might be some experiences where Venus is, because Aries is also the first sign. It's very childlike. All right. So Venus in Aries, there's another thing, as well as the Mars in Cancer, to a reason to look at your childhood experiences. So now I used that analogy a couple of weeks ago of, when we have a traumatic event, if you can just, it's just like that seed of sand that starts the pearl. It gets stuck in your, whatever age that is. Our memories just live in our brains, all right? So it gets stuck in that memory, and then over the years, it gets, the pearl is just a layer of calcification to protect the oyster. Okay, so here we are with that childhood experience, just building layers and layers of protection, but still influencing us in our everyday life, because that's what reality is to that age. All right, so here we are. Venus is going to be doing her quiet, solo, closed eyes, thinking introspection, and then, that anger might build, and this is that Mars square Chiron, all right? So again, Mars is very aware of what these things are. And Chiron is in Aries, Mars's sign, all right, where Venus is as well, co-present. So it is time. It is time to rage that shit out. Scream into pillows if you start to feel ripped off, like if somebody took your innocence as a child, like you're allowed to be pissed off at that. It's not a thing that you want to keep shoving down and just adding layers of protection. Venus in retrograde is time to look at those things so that you can express those emotions, so that you can vent that rage, all right, in a safe way. Okay, because as an adult, you know that you can do things. You know that you're safe in this moment. Those things of the past can't hurt you anymore because they are only memories. All right, obviously, unless you have scars, you know. Yeah, pick your battles, absolutely. Because why? You are older and wiser, Anne Marie. And because you have wisdom and you know that, if I push that person's button, it's gonna, this is a reaction response. All right, do you want to respond or react? And like I said, with the big red shiny button of other people, you can't control other people's expression and emotion, but you can control your own. All right, so privately scream into pillows. You mean you don't want to be publicly ripping people a new one if you don't have to, because that's just going to be antagonistic, like grown ass men arguing in the freaking Oval Office. Like how childish is that shit? Anyway, that's just another one altogether, isn't it? So we definitely have an interesting time. All right, so let me get back to today. So that was my little spiel on Venus retrograde. Good morning, Kathy. Oh, actually, that's what I was going to say. I was going to tell the story. So the beginning of Venus retrograde is like when Xena is on her journey. When she gets to retrograde back into Pisces, that's like when Gabrielle, Venus's partner or Xena's partner, comes into the mix. And Gabrielle is the one that elicits the soft side of Xena. She makes her feel. She makes her see things differently. She makes her not chop people's heads off straight away. All right. So there's that empathy and compassion, Pisces, that comes into it. So, for the first couple of, first little bit until that opposition to Lilith starts, just contemplate, life, feel the feelings, and then continue to move on because it's going to be a big one. All right. Amen. Absolutely. Yes, the let them theory. Oh my God, Mel Robbins, how good is she? All right. So today, all right, now we've already had Mercury conjunct Neptune, all right, so that was our 3 a.m. So, we might have had very prophetic dreams last night, potentially. Now, the sun did that square to Jupiter at 5 a.m. So there's a whole lot of tension. I mean, it's Jupiter, so it's still good, but, too much of a good thing type things, especially with all the Pisces energy. If you found that you were doing that escapist tendency stuff, that might just pass a little bit because here we are facing our stuff rather than escaping our stuff. Okay, so yeah, and then Mercury does move into Aries at 8 p.m. tonight. All right. So that's going to be another complete change of our cognitive space. All right. Because Mercury in Pisces, a little bit la 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 la, a little bit, can't really, that intangible Neptunian, what the hell is going on type vibe. All right. So that will pass. And then the moon moves into Taurus at 9:37 this evening, therefore calming things down a whole lot. However, that moon is then ruled by Venus retrograde in Aries. All right. So, you know, I would definitely, I don't know, if you are the type of person that needs to get that stuff out, have a little notebook with you, journal things down. Like I said, rage room if you need to, scream into pillows. I don't know, baseball bats on the ground outside. Who knows? Go punch a tree. Who knows? I don't know, hug a tree, whatever your thing is. All right. Now, as far as the aspects to the moon go, so still in Aries, it's sort of after lunch that things start to happen. All right. So there is a moon in Aries in conjunct that south node in Virgo between 1 and 5:30. All right. So this might look like your desire to rush ahead and do things, that south node in Virgo might be saying, no, I don't feel good, or I need to rest. There might be some sort of physical aspect that slows you down or stops you from rushing ahead. And again, just try to be really authentic with how you're feeling and rest if you need to. Good morning, Caroline. All right, now after 3, the moon does come to square Pluto. All right, now that grows all the way till tomorrow morning. So there just might be that tension or transformation type of thing. Like I said, that in conjunct to Virgo is, please be in touch with your feelings, all right? And if you're not feeling it, like just recently, I've been made very aware that eggs and me, not really doing it for me anymore. And I'm like, I went to, it's such a hard habit to break because I love eggs. And I think it's just the yolk. But anyway, I digress. It's as soon as I looked at the egg, my body went, ugh. And I was like, okay, all right, I need to listen to this. So, I mean, that's just one example. But how does your body speak to you? Do you have aches and pains in specific areas? Do you listen to what your mind and your body says? Stuff like that. That's that Virgo South Node, all right? Scream into your pillow. Make sure it's not the one you sleep with or you're having screaming energy while you sleep. Very good. Maybe some lounge cushions and then chuck them outside to vibe out. But I love that, Anne Marie. That's so good. Not screaming into the one that you sleep with. Okay, I like it. All right, so now there was no other big ones, but let me read the words. So as Mars starts to move forward again, he is very aware of the things that he must heal. It's been quite a journey, and he is now sharing his wisdom with Venus in Aries and Mercury going into Aries. All right, so he's done his trip, and he's like, here, let me help you. Let me help you heal Mars square Chiron. All right, keep at it. It's a valuable time, even if it does challenge you. Think of the forge that creates a sword of steel. It requires the flames to be fanned, but this one is fanned by the breath that comes from within you. All right, so this is absolutely forging your strength. All right, think of all that Aries, Mars, fire, iron. Good morning, Sally. And yes, it's hard, but that steel that is forged from flame and like getting beaten, like those swords are hit hundreds of times, to just build that strength and resilience. All right, so lots and lots of fire energy. But like I said, when the moon does move into Taurus at 9:30, it's still got that Venus in Aries vibe. So let's draw a card. And is anybody feeling it? Like, has anybody else? There we go. Here, as I said that, Caroline, Aries in the 6th. I'm out with an excruciating shoulder injury. I was halfway out the gate. Slow down, heal, and listen. Yeah. I ate cheese for 2 weeks and it always triggers muscle. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And that's how your body says no. Absolutely. I'm sorry about your shoulder injury. That's also, feeling too much weight from whichever side it is. Left is ladies, right is men. So I hope that you release some of that weight as well, Caroline. All right, what card is going to summarize this experience? Yeah. So I will be talking more about the Venus retrograde journey in the class on Tuesday. And if you do join the class, we look at your chart in the class as well. So it's a personalized experience as well as a lesson. So card. This one. Oh, this one was very much jumped into my hand. Ooh, I like this. Oh, there we go. Okay, look. Oh my God. Weavers watch the dragons fly. And what dragons come out of the fires? I love that. That's such a good card. It is card number 41. Let me just grab my glasses. Okay. All right. Being the observer, curiosity, and seeing the big picture. Sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our of blah blah blah. They become part of our identity, part of our story. Instead of understanding the transience of options, we become trapped by our belief about the world and our part in it. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While our container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. Oh, there we go. And this is Venus looking at her childhood. All right. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle. Oh, blah, blah, blah. A good question to ask about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation to see what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious. Be willing to explore it from a different perspective. There is so much more to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in right or getting caught in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyous times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way when everything will change and evolve. Even transcend this forever place, because that is the truth of life. You are on a beautiful journey, and if you remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you, that gift you curiosity, it will lead you to treasures beyond your wildest dreams. Like the dream weavers watch the dragons fly, so should you observe your inner and outer world in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and can say, that's interesting, the hidden doors of perceptions will swing wide open. Such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. So there's definitely a whole lot of fire, a whole lot of forging of new strength and new steel. And then, all of that Aries, maybe some of the strength is in letting out the anger that, could be stuck inside you from decades of disappointment and feeling ripped off. And I am is Aries word. Whereabouts are you stuck inside on an I am statement? Maybe you're in this moment and you don't feel like you're worthy of standing up and saying I am awesome. So yeah, transcending rigid and burdensome beliefs. That's just perfect. So find your sticky spots. All right. Sally's, no, still got a sore ankle, restless, cheese dreams, Cheese dreams. Take your comment on reflection, wishing easy and speedy recovery. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, guys, this has been a little bit of a long one, but again, this is Venus's transit. We've got a 40-day and 40-night transit, and we're all. I mean, look, I haven't seen any men here at this moment, but men have just been going through it, and now it's our turn. So hold dear all those things to you, because what is showing itself to you are the things that want to be dealt with. They want to be healed and let go. So find the support you need, or like Venus doing her solo journey all the way up to, like, it's around the 13th, 10th to the 13th. This is on you now. All right. So if you need support or anything like that, reach out. Don't forget, I've got the 2 sessions a week in the coaching group. You can join it for 1 month, or a continuing journey. So take it easy, ladies, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day.